Welcome to Penny Collector, the channel where we bring history, value, and fascinating stories of coins right to your screen. Today, we are exploring a classic piece of American coinage that continues to spark interest among collectors around the world. We're talking about the USA 1-cent coin from the year 1968 with the D Mint mark. This coin, struck more than 50 years ago at the Denver Mint, may look ordinary at first glance, but in the world of coin collecting, even the simplest designs often hide incredible stories and surprising value. So if you are a fan of coin history, or if you are someone who enjoys learning about hidden treasures, stay tuned, because this episode is made just for you. The United States 1-cent coin, commonly called the Lincoln cent, has been a cornerstone of American currency for well over a century. The 1968 D penny features the timeless design by Victor David Brenner, showing Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse side. This design was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. On the reverse side, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This design was used all the way until 2008, making the 1968 penny part of a long and iconic series in U.S. coinage. The D Mint mark below the date indicates that this particular coin was struck in Denver, one of the most active mints in America during that era. Now let's talk about what makes the 1968 D Lincoln cent interesting to collectors. The year 1968 was a time when billions of pennies were minted, so in circulated condition, many of these coins are still common and can be found in pocket change or bulk coin rolls. However, the real interest comes when we look at coins that have survived in excellent condition. Collectors are especially interested in coins that are in uncirculated grades or those that feature special characteristics like sharp details, strong luster, and minimal wear. Some rare varieties, such as double dies or coins with striking errors, can increase the value even further. So how much is a 1968 D penny worth in today's market? In average circulated condition, this coin is usually worth just its face value of 1 cent. However, when you find it in better grades, the value increases. In good condition, it might bring in around 5 cents to 10 cents from collectors. But if you have an uncirculated example with the bright red finish, the value can range from $5 to $20. The most exciting part is that in top-graded mint state conditions, this coin can fetch even higher prices. Some high-quality examples graded by professional services have sold for as much as $500. That's right, a simple 1-cent coin from 1968 with the Denver Mint mark can be worth $500 or more if it has the right qualities that collectors look for. The value of this penny proves that condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. A coin that looks ordinary in your hand might be worth only a cent, but one preserved carefully for decades without scratches or discoloration can end up being a treasure worth hundreds of dollars. That's why collectors always emphasize the importance of checking coins closely and handling them properly. You never know when a common-looking penny could turn out to be an extraordinary find. In conclusion, the USA 1-cent coin from 1968 with the D Mint mark is more than just a piece of change. It is a part of America's numismatic history, a tribute to Abraham Lincoln, and a potential treasure for those who appreciate fine details and rarity in coins. Whether it's worth a few cents or as much as $500, its historical significance makes it an essential piece for any penny collection. So next time you come across an old penny, take a closer look. You might be holding a hidden gem. Next up, the USA 1-cent coin from the year 1975 with no mint mark. This Lincoln cent may look like just another penny in your change jar, but it actually has a unique story and can hold some surprising value depending on its condition. If you enjoy learning about rare and collectible coins, stay tuned because this one will definitely interest you. The 1-cent coin from 1975 belongs to the long-running Lincoln Memorial Cent series. On the obverse side, we see the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, a design first issued in 1909. On the reverse side, the coin features the Lincoln Memorial, which was designed by Frank Gasparro and had been used since 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. What makes the 1975 penny stand out is the fact that it comes with no mint mark when struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Unlike pennies minted in Denver or San Francisco, coins struck in Philadelphia during this time usually do not carry a mint mark, and this absence is perfectly normal. Even though the 1975 penny without a mint mark is not considered rare by itself because the Philadelphia Mint produced over 5 billion of them, it still holds great importance for collectors who value coins in excellent condition. When a coin is preserved in high quality with bright luster and very few signs of wear, its value can increase significantly. Collectors especially treasure coins that are in red, uncirculated condition as the copper shines beautifully and enhances the appeal of the coin. So how much is a 1975 no mint mark penny worth today? In circulated condition, it usually holds its face value of 1 cent, and in slightly better grades, it may be worth around 5 cents to 20 cents. However, when you find one in uncirculated condition with full red brilliance, the value can rise much higher. These coins are often sold for $2 to $25 depending on the grade. In the highest mint state conditions, certified by professional grading companies, the value can climb dramatically. Some of the finest examples of the 1975 no mint mark penny have been sold for as much as $500 in auctions. Yes, that's $500 for a coin that most people would overlook as just a simple penny. This shows us why coin collecting is so exciting. A coin that billions of people carried in their pockets can turn into a valuable collector's item if it has been preserved with care. Even something as small as a penny can become a treasure when it is rare in condition, and that's what makes hunting through old jars, rolls, and collections so rewarding. In conclusion, the USA 1-cent coin from 1975 with no mint mark is a significant piece of numismatic history. While most are worth just a cent, those in uncirculated and top-graded conditions can bring values reaching $500. It serves as a reminder that not every valuable coin has to be rare by mintage. Sometimes rarity and condition is what truly sets it apart. Next up, the United States 1-cent coin from the year 1982 with no mint mark. At first glance, this coin might look just like any other Lincoln cent you've seen in your life, but when it comes to coin collecting, the year 1982 is one of the most important years in the entire Lincoln cent series. This is because 1982 was the year of a major transition in the materials used to make the penny, and that makes coins from this year, especially those with no mint mark, very collectible. The obverse of this coin features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner back in 1909. On the reverse side, you will see the Lincoln Memorial design created by Frank Gasparro, which had been used on all 1-cent coins since 1959. What makes the 1982 penny stand out is not just its design, but the fact that the United States Mint was changing the composition of the penny during this year. Up until 1982, pennies were made mostly of copper weighing 3.1 grams, but due to rising copper prices, the mint changed to a new composition of zinc with a thin copper coating, reducing the weight to 2.5 grams. This means that in 1982, there are actually 7 different varieties of pennies, including large date and small date versions, copper and zinc compositions, and with or without mint marks. The no mint mark penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and depending on its variety, it can be highly desirable among collectors. Now, let's talk about value because this is what really excites coin collectors. In circulated condition, most 1982 pennies with no mint mark are only worth their face value of 1 cent. However, When you start looking at the uncirculated versions, the value can increase significantly. A common 1982 no mint mark penny in average uncirculated condition can sell for around $2 to $5. But when you move into higher mint state grades, especially those certified by professional grading services, the price can climb to $50 or more. What makes this coin especially interesting is that some of the rare small date copper varieties with no mint mark can be worth far more. For example, in the best mint state grades, these coins have been known to sell for as much as $500 at auctions. Yes, you heard that correctly. A single penny from 1982 with no mint mark in the right variety and condition can bring as much as $500 in today's market. This is why the 1982 penny is so heavily studied by collectors. With so many varieties to look for and the possibility of finding one that is rare and valuable, it has become one of the most exciting coins to search for in pocket change and old collections. Even today, people carefully weigh these coins or use magnification to check the details on the date to see whether they have a small date or large date version, or whether their coin is copper or zinc. That little difference can make the difference between a coin worth 1 cent and a coin worth $500. In conclusion, the USA 1 cent coin from 1982 with no mint mark is far more than just a simple penny. It represents a turning point in the history of American coinage, and because of its varieties and potential high values, it remains one of the most collectible modern pennies. While most are only worth 1 cent, the rare and well-preserved examples can fetch up to $500, making it a coin every collector should pay attention to. Next up, we are focusing on the United States 1 cent coin from the year 1989 with no mint mark. At first glance, this penny may look like just another ordinary coin you might find in your pocket or change jar. But as we often see in the world of numismatics, even the most common coins can carry surprising stories and, in some cases, unexpected value. The 1 cent coin from 1989 belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Series, which ran from 1959 until 2008. On the obverse side, it features the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, first introduced in 1909. On the reverse side, you will see the image of the Lincoln Memorial created by Frank Gasparo. Hidden within the memorial design, if you look closely, is a tiny image of the statue of Lincoln, making this design a favorite among collectors. The absence of a mint mark on the 1989 penny tells us that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. During this time, pennies produced in Philadelphia did not carry a mint mark, so finding one with no mark below the date is completely normal. In terms of history, the 1989 penny was produced in very large numbers, with over 7 billion pieces minted. By this year, all pennies were being struck in a copper-plated zinc composition weighing 2.5 grams. This composition had been introduced in 1982 to replace the more expensive copper version. As a result, the 1989 penny with no mint mark is not considered rare when it comes to mintage, but condition and quality play a major role in determining whether it can be worth more than face value. Now let's talk about the value of the 1989 penny with no mint mark in today's market. In circulated condition, this coin is worth only 1 cent, just as you would expect. However, when you find it in uncirculated condition with bright red luster and no signs of wear, the value increases. In average uncirculated grades, this coin may be worth around $1 to $3. Higher mint state examples, especially those certified by grading services, can sell for $20 to $50. But here's where it gets more exciting. The very best examples and top mint state grades have sold for hundreds of dollars at auctions. In fact, the highest graded 1989 no mint mark pennies have been known to bring in as much as $500. That is right, a coin that most people would dismiss as just another penny can actually be worth $500 if it is preserved in exceptional condition. This is why coin collectors often stress the importance of checking coins carefully and preserving them properly. While most 1989 pennies will never be worth more than a cent, those rare examples in pristine condition can make a big difference. Even a coin that looks common can become a treasure when it is found in the highest grade possible. In conclusion, the USA 1 cent coin from 1989 with no mint mark is an interesting part of American coinage history. It may not be rare in numbers, but it proves that condition and preservation matter more than anything else in determining a coin's value. While most are only worth a cent, the very best examples can reach values as high as $500, making this coin worth a second look. Thank you for joining me on Penny Collector. If you enjoyed learning about the 1989 Lincoln cent with no mint mark and this potential value in today's market, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with other coin enthusiasts. Every coin has a story, and here on Penny Collector, we will continue uncovering them one by one.